So I'm here going on a walk in the beautiful countryside of Derbyshire with my dad and my wonderful camera operator and my wife behind you. And I was thinking about words and phrases that are really useful for English learners, and yet not many English teachers teach them. And the great thing about this word and phrase is that it will make you sound fluent, and it will make you able to create longer sentences. So the first phrase I want to teach you is, which is why I think that. When do we use it? Well, we use it to give a reason, explain our opinion, or finish an idea and add a conclusion. So some examples might be, I found the film confusing, which is why I think that it could be shorter. Or a business English phrase, communication has been unclear, which is why I think we need regular meetings. Or a daily life phrase could be something like, I keep forgetting new words, which is why I think that I should revise more often. So I want you to practice. Let me put a phrase on the screen, something like, the class was too fast. And finish it for me. Say it out loud or type it in the comments. Okay, well done. My answer is, the class was too fast, which is why I think that we need more time. Okay, great job. Next one, which is interesting because. You'll notice that all of these phrases use which, and they will help you connect your ideas, and you will sound really good, guys. So next one, which is interesting because. So we use this when we say something is surprising. Maybe we are comparing two ideas. We're pointing out a difference. So an example might be, this is an everyday example. She enjoys horror films, which is interesting because she's easily scared. A business English phrase. Fewer emails were sent this week, which is interesting because productivity increased. And then a daily life phrase, I wake up earlier now, which is interesting because I used to sleep late. So I hope you can already see how useful these phrases are. Let me give you another example. So maybe, he never uses social media. Type your answer in the comments. Remember, you're using which is interesting because. So my example is, he never uses social media, which is interesting because he works in marketing. All right, next one. You're doing really well. I hope you are writing these down. The next one is, which is probably because. So it's a bit similar, isn't it? Right, you're just not 100% sure. You're making a guess. You're explaining a possible reason. An example could be, she looks happier lately, which is probably because she changed jobs. Or business English. Errors have increased recently, which is probably because new staff are still learning. And a daily life one, I'm more focused in the morning, which is probably because I go to bed earlier. All right, your turn to practice. Let's do, he didn't answer my message. Type your answer in the comments or just say it out loud. Remember, you're using which is probably because. Great, my answer is, he didn't answer my message, which is probably because he's busy. All right, you're doing great. Next one's a really good one. Which is, that's not a joke, by the way, which is one of the reasons why. Which is one of the reasons why. So we're giving one reason, not the only reason, right? It's one of the reasons. We're explaining a choice or decision, and we're just maybe supporting an idea. All right, a casual or everyday example is, I enjoy studying English, which is one of the reasons why I practice every day. If that's you, let me know in the comments with, that's me. business English or more professional sounding is the role offers training, which is one of the reasons why people apply. All right, a daily life one is something like, I cook at home often, which is one of the reasons why I save money. All right, your turn to practice. Complete the sentence. The job is flexible. Remember, which is one of the reasons why. Go. All right, great job. My answer is, the job is flexible, which is one of the reasons why I like it. Okay, next one. By the way, guys, I will give you a free PDF in the comments, and I really want you to practice these phrases. You will become more fluent overnight. This is not a joke, right? You will actually sound better. So the next one is, which is a good thing because, all right? We're talking about a positive result, or we're showing that something bad has a good side, and we're staying positive, right? Which is a good thing because. So everyday example, she asked for help, which is a good thing because she was struggling. Or business English, the meeting was postponed, which is a good thing because more people can attend. And a daily life one, I started walking more, which is true. Sorry, I started walking more, which is a good thing because I feel more energetic. All right, here's your example. So complete the sentence. I made a mistake, which is a good thing because. You finish the sentence. My example is, I made a mistake, which is a good thing because I can learn from it. All right, we're going to just do a few more. We're nearly done. Next one is, which I didn't expect at all. Which I didn't expect at all. Okay, we're using this, we use this when we feel surprised, we're talking about something unexpected, we're reacting to a result. So everyday example, he apologized first, which I didn't expect at all, right? The client accepted the offer, which I didn't expect at all. A daily life one, I enjoyed the gym session, which I didn't expect at all. So here we're just using the set phrase, okay? I won't give you an example for that one. Now again, one thing that English teachers don't teach students, and I've been teaching English for a very long time, which is, I hope you like my joke, which is teaching the word which as a thinking tool, right? Because when we're speaking, we pause, we change direction, we sometimes don't finish the sentence, and that's normal. So we can use which as just a thinking tool to help us. Let me show you some examples. If you're still watching, then well done, because this is especially for you. So for example, so yeah, we arrived really early, which is, actually good because it meant we could relax. Or he said he didn't want to come, which is, well, interesting because he asked about it earlier. Or I didn't really enjoy the meeting, which is, it just felt a bit unnecessary. So you'll notice that I'm using pauses and fillers, and I'm still speaking without stopping, which is important. All right, now I want you to complete the sentence out loud. Try to use which is, right, and one of your endings, but also add fillers like, well, I mean, okay? So the first practice question is, well, it's not a question. The first example is, he cancelled at the last minute, which is, so remember, use which is, add some fillers like, well, I mean, and then have an ending. You can either say it out loud or type it in the comments. My answer is, he cancelled at the last minute, which is, well, a bit annoying, to be honest. Okay, the third one, I didn't enjoy the class, which is, All right, my answer is I didn't enjoy the class, which is, yeah, it felt a bit confusing. So just like in my last example, many native speakers just won't finish the sentence, and that's okay, that's normal. So for example, he didn't reply to my message, which is, well, yeah, a bit annoying, right? Or he changed plans at the last minute, which is, yeah. Okay, so remember, communication is always more important than perfection. So I was thinking, why is this one word, which, so important, and why does it help learners so much? And I think it can reduce pressure, right? It stops you from suddenly not speaking, right? And many of my students freeze when they're speaking to native speakers. It makes you sound more natural, and it gives you time to think, okay? So you don't need the perfect ending. You just need to keep the flow. That's what's important. All right, guys, I'm going to continue my walk, but I will give you a really useful PDF. I hope you use it. I hope you practice. And I hope you use these sentences with other native speakers. So please remember, which is not just grammar, okay? It's not just grammar, comparing it to that, right? It's a fluency tool that people aren't speaking about. Okay, native speakers use it to think, pause, change ideas, stay in control. And if native speakers can use this word like this, well, so can you. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. It's surprisingly quiet, which is interesting because I really thought it would be a lot busier today. So here we are. Is everyone having a good time? How's our camera operator today?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dad, you come here quite a lot. You know the area quite well, don't you?
I know it really well. Yeah, really well. It's very familiar.
You mentioned that there are some like gunshot holes in the rock somewhere.
That's right, over there. Over there.
Oh yeah. Why is that?
Because Spitfires, when they were training for the war, the Second World War in 1939, used to fly over here and practice shooting and hit the rock. And there's a load of bullet holes there in the rock, which you can see. And also they used to put lanterns here in this valley, lots and lots of lanterns, to try and fool the Germans that it was a city here, whereas the city's a couple of 3-4 miles down the road.
And did it work?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a historian, so it's just stories I've heard.
Yeah. So, Dad, you just told us a really interesting story. Can you tell it for our audience now?
I will, yes. I used to run a lot around here, and I still run occasionally, but I was running from up that big slope up there. There's a little path that comes all the way down, and I was running down it, and I suddenly met this guy, and I recognised him, and he was someone who was on a course that I ran in America, and he lived in Los Angeles, and it was a different part of America. I think we were Chicago or New York where we were working. And I recognised him just in the middle of here, you know, and he's from America, and he was just running, and we bumped into each other.
Wow, what a coincidence!
Yeah, and I ran with him when I was in America as well, because he was, I found out he was into running and I was into running, so we used to run when I was there for a couple of weeks in America. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Should we keep going?
Shall we? What do you want to talk about?
Are you looking forward to your holiday in Spain?
Yes, I'm looking forward to, actually, Jean did ask me what I was looking forward to most, and I said I was looking forward to the landscape, because I've never been to the Picos Europas before. But also, of course, I'm looking forward to the eclipse, because that's what we're going for. Well, that's the one reason we're going there. So there's a major eclipse there, so we're going to watch that, and we're in 2 different places, 2 different locations, a week in each, Airbnbs. So I'm just looking forward to being in the village and chilling, really, with the grandkids. So probably not chilling that much, but yeah.
But you'll still have some time to relax, I hope.
Yeah.
Well, have a nice time, Dad.
Okay, I will. Thank you. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
I think I'm burning a little bit. Are you?
No, I'm fine.
Do you not tend to burn, Dad?
I've got suntan cream on, so I don't think I will with that on. And I've wore long trousers rather than shorts deliberately. So yeah, I'm quite careful. I put suntan lotion on my face as well, and I wore a cap earlier in the walk. The sun's not direct on me now, so I think I'm okay. So yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Do you burn?
I burn so easily. I burn through my t-shirt.
Yeah, the only person I've known who that happens to. The only person. So I've never seen it before in my life. I didn't believe it when I first saw it.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
But I actually don't have any sun cream on my body, so I am a little bit concerned about what's to come later.
Well, you need to be careful on the coast-to-coast path.
Yes, I haven't told people. So my wife and I will be going on the coast-to-coast path. That's St. Bees to Robin Hood's Bay soon. And we might film the trip. We'll be interviewing people on our way. And if you want to see that, if you think that's a good idea for a series, let me know in the comments by writing something like coast to coast. Okay.
190 miles it is. It's a long way.
192 to be exact.
Right. I've done it as well on my own.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like when I was 30 years ago. So.
You were 40?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah. Ah. How old was I then when you did it?
Well, you'd have been about 8, wouldn't you?
Oh, right.
How old are you now?
It's for me to know and you to find out.
Yeah.
So you said all these trees over here, Dad, they like to cut them down all the time, or what?
Not all the time, but the whole valley was completely covered all the way. All the way was covered in trees, and they just cleared them. And I think they use them for wood because it's not an ancient forest. It's trees that are quite 30, 40 years old. So a lot of conifers as well. So that's what they did. Yeah,
Interesting.
So this path reminds me of a man called Keith Daniels, who was a good friend, a really good friend, and we used to run up here. Most weeks we used to run here, and he died at the age of 58. He had a sudden heart attack in his kitchen, and collapsed and died.
Hang on a second. Is that the guy we used to go to his house?
Yeah, you went for breakfast there.
New Year's. No, Boxing Day. We did a Boxing Day run.
Yeah, that's right.
He was like a multi-millionaire.
Yes, he was very wealthy, very wealthy. He was an accountant, but he was a partner in KPMG, I think. So he was very senior in KPMG, and he had a Porsche and a boat and a big house, and but he wasn't ostentatious. He wasn't arrogant at all. He was a nice man. Very nice man, and we borrowed his place in Spain once. He got a place in Spain as well.
Oh, was that his place?
Yeah, we went
where I got my skateboard. I brought my skateboard with me.
Yeah. So it's fond memories. This path of those times. Yeah.
Isn't it true that he died just after he retired, though?
Yes, it is. Yes. I think he was only 58 or 57, so he retired relatively young, and he had a heart condition that hadn't been diagnosed, and died of a heart attack. And he was still running at the time. He used to go for runs still and things, and quite fit. And we all thought he was fit, but obviously he wasn't.
It's so sad, though, isn't it? Because it's like you spend your whole life saving up and accumulating all this wealth to then retire and then die. It seems, I don't know, just sad, really.
It does, but on the other hand, if I wanted to, I'm going to go at some point, I think I'd like to go like he did.
Running?
Suddenly, running and just go suddenly, rather than, a prolonged illness or, and stuff like that, because he had none of that. He just was, 1 minute was alive, next minute he was dead.
Right. Because Grandad's was extremely slow.
It was, it was very sad, that.
Very slow and painful, I would say.
It was very, very sad, but he was a remarkable man. I applaud him, but he put up with so much misery in his life, but both when he was a young man and prisoner of war, and also, later his health got very bad in the last 10 years.
Yeah. If you want to watch my granddad's last interview, I'll put a link on the screen now for you.